Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I'm your host, Chris, and welcome to another DC's Legends of Tomorrow review. This is Season 1, Episode 11, entitled The Magnificent Eight. Great title, too. Magnificent Eight. This episode was very cool. I liked this episode a lot. Just like the episode last week where we got a lot of futuristic, great stuff happening with the set and the whole cinematography and the costumes were great. Looked very futuristic to me. Now we go back in time to 1871, Old West. I mean, the this episode was great for the actual cinematography, the sets, the costumes. All that was spectacular. And that goes into some of the positives that I really liked. And like I said, the Western setting, the saloon that they had looked looked great. I mean, I was impressed by everything. That bar fight that they got into, and then the piano player is still playing as the bar fight's going on. Very awesome. I enjoyed that stuff very much, and just the overall authentic, the costumes and the way people looked and acted and the set and everything, very well done. I enjoyed that very much. I thought Rip Hunter was very good in this episode. I mean, it really was a lot about him, and we find out that he actually, just like Ray Palmer and Kendra spent 2 years in like 1960. We find out that this is where Rip spent a lot of time, that for a period of time was actually here in the Old West, and he actually became friends with Jonah Hex. And I thought that was a great tie-in to tie in Jonah Hex because he already knows who Rip Hunter is. He knows the time machine. He knows everything that's going on. So I thought that was very cool. And that also goes into the actual actor who played Jonah Hex, Jonathan Sheck. He did a magnificent job. I actually think he probably did a better job than the actual, Josh Brolin, Jonah Hex in that movie, because that movie was not that great. And I actually think this actor did a fantastic job in this episode. And I liked seeing Jonah Hex in there. That would be awesome if we could actually get Jonah Hex to be actually on the team, maybe for next season or whatever. It seems like it fits because he already knows Rip Hunter. He knows the actual time machine. So, yeah, that stuff was very cool. I think everyone played a part so well in this. I mean, you had Leonard Snart, Captain Cold, did an awesome job. He's like a sharpshooter, man. He's like helping people. He saved Dr. Stein from that one of the Stillwater gang members at the card table. Just capped him just like that. And then he Sharp was a nice sharpshooter out the window too to help Palmer when he was trying to put some fear into the Stillwater gang. I mean, he was clutch, man. I really like Leonard Snart in this. I thought Palmer was excellent in this, saying that his name was John Wayne, and then stepping up to become the sheriff of this small town and taking out this gang that was being, a hindrance to this town. I mean, I thought that was great. I thought Dr. Stein was excellent in this as well, actually helping out that boy who actually had consumption, and which is tuberculosis. And then later on finding out that was H.G. Wells that he actually helped. I thought that was a great tie-in, nice little Easter egg thing in there. Now, what the consequences of all this is going to come back, I don't know. You think there would be some consequences with all this, but that was some great stuff. Also, Sarah and Kendra was very well done as well. Them going off into the wilderness to try to find out what these visions are that Kendra was having, these flashbacks, these vibes she was getting, basically. This whole thing that's going on with Kendra and this triangle between Ray and Carter Kendra, it's starting to shape up and look very, become very fascinating. Like, where are they playing at with this? Where are they going with this? She's finding all these different tie-ins, throughout time. She's getting more and more and more flashbacks as each episode goes on. And now she meets her another past life of hers back in this timeline that doesn't really look like her at all, really. And her her other self telling her that, you can love all these other guys, but it's not going to turn out quite that good because you're always going to end up with Carter. He's like the soulmate, and why even bother, really? And then you have Sarah saying, who cares what she says? You're you, and she lived her life. You're you. You do what you want to do, and you know what's going to happen with Ray and Carter, and that's the question. I mean, I don't know where they're playing at with this. I like to believe there's going to be like a twist in there to maybe believe that maybe Ray is the exception. Maybe she is going to find something more with Ray Palmer. She's already spent 2 years with him in 1960, and maybe there's something more there. I mean, Carter's not even around, even though she keeps getting flashes of him and thinking of him all the time. So yeah, I mean, it's really up in the air, and I have no idea what's going to happen. My question is when are they going to bring Carter back? When he comes back, what's going to happen then? I mean, that's the showdown. I mean, what's going to happen between Palmer and Carter? I mean, yeah, I mean that could get some weird stuff going on there. But yeah, guys, great episode. The only negative I had, one negative that stood out to me, everything else was great. I had fun with it, but the only negative I had was the actual hunters. When they showed up, I thought they were going to be some badass dudes that was going to chase them off and they're going to run them through time, kind of like Kronos was doing, because Kronos was just one dude chasing them throughout time and was really a big problem for them. And then these hunters are supposed to be even more badass than Kronos. They come in, they take these dudes out so freaking fast. They were a huge disappointment. They made these hunters seem like the baddest of the bad, and they come in there, they take them out so easily. It was such a disappointment. Why even bother with them? They were defeated so quickly. That was a huge disappointment. But now we find out that there is another badass villain, even worse than these hunters, and it's going to be the Pilgrim. So apparently, this Pilgrim is going to go throughout time and take out each member of this group when they're children. I mean, how terrible is that? That's almost like a Terminator type thing going on there. We're going to send this badass assassin back in time to kill off that your younger self. I mean, that's frightening to me. But yeah, it should be very interesting where they go with this next week and what's going to happen with the Pilgrim, and is she going to be taken out in one episode, or is she going to go to the rest of the season? Because we only have like 5 episodes left. So overall, guys, it should be fun. It should be really fun to find out what goes on with the Pilgrim next week. But overall, guys, I thought this was a great episode with the Old West. Fantastic stuff going on. Meeting Jonah Hex in there. Good stuff overall, guys. If there's anything that I missed that you guys want to talk about, what you like about this episode or what you didn't like about the episode, please write in the comments below. But that will do it for me for this week for another DC's Legends of Tomorrow. I will see you guys next week. Until then, take it easy.